Hey everyone, if you're an ABAP developer, you know the ground is always shifting under your feet. But right now, one of the biggest changes is happening, and it's all about the part of your application your users actually see, the user interface. The tools we use, our whole process, even when it means to be an ABAPper, it's all going through a massive evolution. And that leads to this huge question that's on everybody's mind. With this big push to ABAP Cloud, are we, the ABAP developers, getting kicked out of UI development for good? It's a totally fair question, and in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what's going on.
All right, to really get this, we've got to take a quick step back. To see where we're going, you have to remember where we came from, and that was the classic unified role of the ABAP developer.
Back in the day, if you were an ABAP developer, you really did it all. You were the whole package. You built all the heavy-duty logic on the back end, for sure, but you also designed and built the user interface right there in SAP GUI, using all the tools we knew and loved, like ALV. You owned the entire stack, from the database all the way to what the user clicked on.
But then modern web UIs came along, especially SAP Fiori. And this is where things started to get a little tricky. And it led to this great divide in what used to be a single solid role.
Now, here's what's really interesting. The biggest hurdle for most ABAP developers wasn't learning JavaScript. The real beast was the UI5 framework itself. It was just so complex, and on top of that, you had these super strict Fiori design guidelines. Building a proper Fiori app became a completely different job. And you can see the result perfectly on this slide. That complexity just split the role in two. The ABAP developers' world started to shrink, focusing almost entirely on the back-end stuff, building OData services and business objects. And out of that, a whole new specialized role popped up, the SAP Fiori developer, who had to master UI5 to build those sleek, compliant apps.
So this brings us right to the heart of the problem. As we all move into ABAP Cloud, where SAP GUI just isn't an option anymore, it really feels like the ABAP developer is being totally walled off from the UI. It's like you build the engine and then just throw it over a wall to some other team you never talked to.
But what if I told you that's not where the story ends? There is an incredibly powerful way to build a bridge over that wall and plug ABAP developers right back into the UI. The solution, though, means we have to think about the problem a little differently.
See, the answer isn't just giving the ABAP developer another complicated drag-and-drop UI builder to learn. That would just be repeating the same mistakes we made with freestyle UI5 development.
No, the real solution is to change how we build the backend itself. The whole idea is to build a backend that already knows, right from the beginning, what the UI is supposed to look like and how it's supposed to act.
And that, my friends, is where the ABAP RESTful Programming Model, or RAP, enters the picture. With RAP, you're not just defining your data models and your business logic. You're actually embedding these little instructions called UI annotations right inside your backend code. It's like you're leaving little notes for the front end, telling it how to build itself. And the process itself is just, it's beautiful. It's a simple three-step dance. First, you model your business object with RAP. Second, you sprinkle in those UI annotations to describe what the list page should look like, what the search fields are, the layout of the object page. And third, this amazing technology called Fiori Elements comes along, reads all your notes, and automatically generates a perfect, standard, Fiori-compliant app for you. And the best part? No freestyle UI coding needed. The power here is just incredible. Because Fiori Elements is doing all the heavy lifting, you can have a working, clickable UI prototype ready to show your users on day one. Seriously, think about that for a second. That's a game changer for development speed. Okay, I can already hear it. I know the first thing every developer is thinking. That's cool and all, but it sounds way too rigid. What happens when my customer has a weird requirement or needs some special feature that isn't standard?
And that's a perfectly valid concern. But the answer isn't to just throw Fiori Elements out the window and go back to building everything from scratch. The answer is the flexible programming model. This model gives you the absolute best of both worlds. It creates these specific designated spots inside your standard Fiori Elements app where you can add your own custom logic or controls. So if the user absolutely needs a rich text editor on a page, you can inject that one custom piece right where it needs to go without rebuilding the whole application. It's standardization with the power of surgical customization. And that brings us to the most important point of this whole discussion. This is the big takeaway. Think of it like this. Fiori Elements, powered by RAP, is the new SAP GUI for ABAP developers. It's the tool that puts you back in the driver's seat of building the user experience just in a modern, cloud-first way. Okay, so let's say you're on board. You see the potential here. What do you actually need in your toolkit to really master this new way of working? Your journey forward is really built on these 4 key pillars. You absolutely need to know RAP, because that's how you build the smart backend. You need a solid grip on OData v4, the language everything speaks. You need to understand Fiori Elements to know what it can do for you out of the box. And finally, you need the flexible programming model for when you need to add that extra bit of custom magic. So let's tie this all together. What does this all mean for the future of your job? For the ABAP developer, it means the role is finally being reunited. Just look at this breakdown. For the huge majority of business ops, we're talking 80 to 90%, the modern ABAP developer is becoming a full-stack developer again. You'll build the RAP business object, and you'll deliver the Fiori Elements UI. Now, that specialist Fiori developer is still vital, but they'll focus on that smaller slice of truly complex, unique freestyle apps. And this really says it all. After years of drifting apart, this new model is pulling the back-end and front-end roles back together. The ABAP developer isn't just some back-end service provider anymore. You're becoming a true application builder again, delivering the whole shebang from end to end. So we'll leave you with this one question to think about. The role of the ABAP developer is changing. There's no doubt about it. It's becoming more powerful, more full stack, in a totally new and modern way. The only question left is, are your skills evolving with it?